Australia has always been an incredible exporter of footballing talent. Mark Viduka, Harry Kewell, Tim Cahill, and Big Ange Postecoglou. But now the Aussies are firing on all cylinders, down under with the A-League, the country's premier football competition. Join myself and my good friend Dave, aka Lover of Drams, as we rate and rank all 24 A-League home and away kits for the 2023-24 season.
Right, so taking bottom spot here is Sydney FC. I didn't actually mind this away top in all honesty. I actually think it's quite smart. I like the colour of it, I like the design and the graphics on there. I think Matty was an absolute savage with his score here, I think. It was way too harsh for this mate. A good effort from Under Armour and Sydney in my opinion. However, due to Matty's savagery, you're bottom of the league, so I can only apologise on Matty's behalf. Next up we have Adelaide United. The top itself isn't that bad. I think my score of a 5 kind of reflects that. However, it just looks like a knockoff Spain top if I'm honest. However, it is a fairly safe top, has just managed to avoid that relegation spot though. Now we're moving on to the away top from Central Coast Mariners. Again, it's another top that I didn't really mind too much. I like that the colours of the top seem to match quite nicely with their badge. However, I can't say I've actually heard of the manufacturer. Is it Sykers? However, though, it is a decent effort from the season. So yeah, my score of a 6 kind of just reflects that. So well done. Now we'll go back to Sydney FC. It's quite similar to their away one. It's another decent effort from them. And I'm glad to see Matty wasn't quite as savage with this one as it was the previous one. I quite like the pattern which makes up the graphic on the front there. Again, it's another very decent effort from me. Now, I make no apologies for this, however, given Melbourne City are part of the City group, and we all know how much I detest Man City, I totally let that influence my score here. This is the carbon copy of a Man City kit, so I was never going to score this one high. What is surprising though is Matty's score of an 8 for this, given he's also a fellow Man United fan. I've no idea what he's thinking here. Matty, I'm not angry at you, I'm just bitterly disappointed, mate. And next up we have Newcastle Jets, and I have to say I didn't hate this top. I like the colours of it again. It puts me kind of in mind of an old Leon away kit from back in the day. A decent effort from Newcastle Jets and Legend, who are another manufacturer I've not heard of before, but yeah, well done to you both. And now we have Melbourne Victory. I do admit I was being a little generous with my score of 7 on this one. It's not a bad top, don't get me wrong, but I think given that, well, I'm assuming anyway, that they're rivals of Melbourne City, I'd probably score this one a little higher, just so I'd be above them in this league that we have. Still though, it's a pretty decent top from Macron. It's pretty plain, but the colour of it kind of means it gets away with it, so yeah, not bad really.
Emile Heskey's former team, Newcastle Jets, stepping up to the plate. Kit's made by a brand I'm seeing for the first time, an Australian company called Legend. Not bad is legit the best way I can describe it. I mean, I wish they had the home cup template for all the kits. It's honestly so much better. Look it up. That would easily have gotten a 9 for me if they'd used that. Despite being a Man City proxy club, I can't deny Puma have smashed it with this one. The blue contrasts beautifully with the black, and there's subtle details within that. I think Dave's biases towards Man United have affected the total greatly, and they can feel a bit under the cosh for that, eh? Another new brand enters the rumble. This time it's Ucan. I think it's how you pronounce it. It's a Chinese company. It looks simple, but look a little closer. You've got lovely chessboard pattern on the main kit with white and off-white. Dave and I love a collar. We've said that many times. That added at least 2 points onto the rating for me anyway. It carries retro class without tipping into boring. Well done, Adelaide. Man, this is going to seem harsh, and believe me, there's plenty of Western Sydney kits that are on my wish list in their history. But it's just generic Adidas template with hoops. And now, I know you can't have designers doing individual kits for every single team, but you could have added a few subtleties here just to improve it slightly. Shout out to the Victory, who've been great in the past when I was writing an article about them and Ange Postecoglou. So it's difficult to find a regular kit design when you have something so distinctive on it, like the big V. I mean, just look at Airdrieonians in Scotland. It's difficult when you're known for one thing to change it up every season. I mean, it's a thankless task. It's good though, I do love the V, but it's fallen into that mid-Macron category for me. Man, so many new players in the kit wards today. So this time we have Psychers, I believe, and it's another Australian brand, I think. Honestly, the Googling didn't help on this one. Good effort. Doesn't look right without Cumdog wearing it, let's be honest. But I love the colour scheme, functional, symmetrical, decent. Fair play to the Mariners. An absolute beauty for Brisbane here. I love the camouflage look, reminds me of when you go mental on Call of Duty and started customizing your weapon. Surprised myself I didn't award a 9 for this one. I feel like it definitely should have cracked the top 10, but the Brisbane can blame Dave for that one. Sorry guys. Right, the New Zealand boys with their first entry. Class effort, cracking the top 10. Paying homage to the indigenous population with the tattoo-esque stripes. The Mackie D's logo is a bit garish, but you gotta get that bag, so fair play for grabbing the money. Would be dead chuffed to have this one in my collection. I mean, well played Wellington. Okay, so we get accused quite often on here of being too harsh. I feel like with this ratings video we've maybe been too generous. I blame it on the Glenfiddich that I've been sipping on. But sleek effort for Western Sydney, but not unique enough to crack a rating of 8+ for me. Last one from me you'll be happy to hear. So, absolute belter for the Phoenix. The only reason it's not hitting a 10 for me is there's just so many other class kits this season. It just doesn't quite compare to the upper echelon. If you ended up getting this in a mystery box, I think you'd be over the moon, dead chuffed. If any mystery box companies are listening and want to sponsor us, please hit us up. I have a mortgage to pay. And now to Dave with the top 7.
In 7th place we have Perth Glory. Now you'll see when it comes to their away top as well, but they have brought out a couple of bloody lovely kits this season. The design going to the top just looks pure retro and classic as fuck. I only dropped a couple of points due to not having a collar on there, however it's still a damn beautiful offering from Macron here. And now we have MacArthur FC. Now we all know by now how much of a slut I am for a collared football top, and this one did not disappoint me in any way at all. Just the colour, the pattern, the collar, the inscription on the collar too. I couldn't give any other score than a 10 here. Kelmy, or is it Kelm? Whoever they are, they've well and truly outdone themselves here with this one. Absolutely well done, bravo. So, we just saw the away kit from MacArthur FC, and now it's the turn for the home top, which I think is even nicer than the away one. The black and white stripes down it, despite reminding me of Newcastle, look absolutely beautiful with that black collar and the yellow trim on the sleeves and part of the collar too. I generally think that MacArthur FC and Kelm have turned me into a fan of them, just purely down to their tops alone. How are they doing in the league season? Or how did they do if their season is finished? Let me know in the comments. I'm quite keen to know now. And now we move on to Western United. Now we are seeing some top-notch kits at this end of the table, and Western United have just added to this collection with their away kit. Again, the pattern, the colours, the layout of the top is just all bloody lovely, and again matches perfectly with their badge. Such a beautiful top, well done. Next up again, another truly stunning top from Kappa and Western United. I genuinely think the only thing missing from this top is a collar, otherwise I probably would have bought this myself. Everything about the top just complements itself, from the pattern through the green with the black peeking through and the green trim around the top. Again, just pure beauty this one is, well done. And in second place, just missing out on the top spot by a ball hair, is Brisbane Roar. Now I don't know about you, but this top reminds me of peak Blackpool back when they were in the Premier League. The orange stripes are of the perfect width for me and match beautifully with the orange trim in the sleeves and neck, and I think I can see a button in there as well. It's just truly outstanding. And what's rare too is that Matt and myself have both given this one a 10, marking the first time I think that we may have given full marks to a top. This is the part where there'll be a graphic flash up on screen if I'm wrong with that fact though. Now look at this, you wait ages and ages for both Matty and myself to give full marks to the kit, and two come along at once. Taking top spot is this away offering from Perth Glory. Back when I rated their home top, I mentioned this away one. This combines my two fantasies in the football kit, retro looking and also a collar. This top puts me in mind of Sunday mornings when I was a kid sat in front of the telly watching Football Italia and their iconic theme tune, and seeing players like Batistuta, Gaza and Del Piero and Ravanelli in their absolute primes. Congratulations Perth Glory, I'm sure you'll cherish this number one spot for a long time to come. Congratulations.